This is my part 1 question A. To find the median, I used the median function and then I highlighted the mean pressure from January all the way to December, and then I entered and I got 1011. To find the mean of dew point, I used the average function and then I highlighted the dew point from January all the way to December, and then I entered and I got this answer. For part 1 question B, I collated the rainfall amount for each and every month in the year of 2015. Afterwards, I calculated the total mean for all the months by using the average function and then highlighting the days in the months. And after doing that, I entered and I got the answers. So after finding the mean for all the months, I highlighted this whole thing and then I clicked on insert and inserted a bar graph. For part 1 question C, I also collated the mean temperature for all the months in the year of 2015. So after collating, I calculated the total mean for all the months by using the average function again. And then after that, I highlighted this and inserted a bar graph. For part 1 question D, I did the findings for question B by talking about which month has the highest average daily rainfall amount and which month has the lowest. So in this case, for example, as you can see, in the month of December, it has the highest daily rainfall amount at 9.7419 mm. Well, on the other side, for February, as you can see here, is the lowest at 0.6714 mm. Other than that, I also talked about which month has the highest decrease and which has a huge decrease in the average daily rainfall amount. So here I talked about January to February. You can see there's quite a huge decrease in the average daily rainfall amount as compared to all the other months. And for February to March, there's also a huge increase as compared to all the other data in the graph. So here I talk about from March to July. So March to July, you can see that there's not much differences between the amount of average daily rainfall amount, as they stay in between from 2 to 4 mm. From July to August, there's a great increase in average daily rainfall amount, as you can see here. And then from August to September, the average daily rainfall amount drops a lot by 3.940215 mm. From September to November, the average daily rainfall amount stays between 2 to 4 mm. So you can see here, it stays between 2 to 4 mm. And from November to December, it has the highest increase in average daily rainfall amount. So it's very obvious that there's a huge decrease from November to December. So moving on is my findings for question C. So for this part, I also talked about which month has the highest average daily mean temperature and which month has the lowest. So in this case, in the month of July, it has the highest average daily mean temperature, as you can see here. And for January, it has the lowest here. from January to February, the average daily mean temperature stays between 26.5 to 27 degrees. And then from February to March, it has the highest increase in daily mean temperature of 1.17 to 696 degrees. February to March. So it obviously has the highest increase in the bar graph. And then from March to July, the average daily mean temperature constantly increases. And then afterwards, from July to August, there's a decrease. From August to October, there's an increase. And then finally, from October to December, there's a decrease. Moving on is part 2, question E. So in order to do this question, I input this data, max temperature, for the months in 2015, and then the confidence interval is 0.975. The mean daily max temperature. In order to find this, I use the average function again. Average, and then I highlighted the max temperature for all the months in the year. Close bracket, enter, and I got my standard deviation. I mean my mean daily max temperature. To find the standard deviation, I use the standard deviation.p function, and then I highlighted the max temperature for the months, and then I got my answer. For population size, as you know that this data is all the months in the year of 2015. So in a year it has 365 days, therefore the population size is 365. To find Z alpha over 2, I use the norm.s.imv function, and then I bracket the confidence interval. Moving on, to find the upper bound, I use this formula over here. This formula, which is the standard deviation known. So I use the mean daily max temperature plus the Z alpha over 2, then I multiplied by the standard deviation, and then I divided by square root E4, which is the population size. So this is how I got my upper bound. For lower bound, it is the same thing. It's just that we have to minus instead of plus. So moving on to question F. So the H0, the mean is more than or equals to 31.7. For H1, the mean is less than 31.7. And then the Z, to find it, I use the mean daily max temperature minus 31.7 divided by bracket E3, which is standard deviation, over square root bracket E4, which is population size. And then I got my answer for this. So the findings in the question E and F agree with each other because the upper bound and the lower bound are more than the daily max temperature, which is 31.7 degrees.